I love my father very much. He is a fine old gentleman, fighting wars only when necessary, he says, while always fighting the exact ones that will do him the most service. I do believe him, because, like my eldest brother, Demetrius, he is naturally honest. But his honesty is of a strange sort. You know, he tells you the things he's thinking, which are true, but only the things he's thinking which are true, that you will also accept. Sometimes he is also thinking other things, which he does not say. During my education, I learned that this is because he thinks that honesty is to tell only the truth, but it is not to give secrets away, something I think he learned from his father. Demetrius, whom I have always felt very close to, he is honest more in the traditional sense. He will simply tell you what he is thinking and then do it, which makes him very different from our father. Hello and welcome back, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with King Wenhenden of València. Last episode, we gave this county away, thinking that it would only give away the barony, because it didn't make sense to us that we would give a whole county away because a mayor was mad at us. But things happen, and because we chose it, and because it was the right RP choice anyway for our attitude, we're going to let it stand. That makes it all the more important that this new count has to be made our friend. We will not convert him because that is consistent with our values. He can stay Muslim if he wants. That's fine. It is perfectly okay. Let's look at our religious situation here. So we have only still the 2 counties converted, which I suppose is all right. Hopefully our son is still doing his job over here. And yeah, this guy would actually make a great spy master. We just have this random woman as a spy master, and she's done a good job, but he is a count after all. So let's put him in. That does not make him like us, which is kind of funny considering that we just did this. We could revoke his title with the hook. That hardly makes any sense. We would have to wait a year anyway. We're not doing that though, because like I said, we wouldn't do that. We're swaying him. He should be happy. He shouldn't be mad. We put him in the position. Our Sephardi is getting a little better, but it's coming up slow, which is not unexpected considering it's very difficult. And we have one more thing to do. This duchy, the island duchy, as I've mentioned before, is in our de jure territory, so we're going to do one last late of life war. And when I say one, I mean 2 wars that feel like one. So we're gonna raise our troops because they're both so weak. We're just gonna go straight through. We also have another accolade that we can create, which I think we will do before we get out there so that our knights actually can grow in their new accolade. I would like Huntsman Blade Master is very good because it passes Blade Master to you and your heir. I would prefer something better than, well, I mean, I do like Huntsman because we do hunt a lot. It does make sense we would take Huntsman. So let's create that accolade right there. Bearer of the King's Sword. Nice. And we will hopefully find a successor soon. Let's look at our court for unmarried people. Let's go unmarried. You can see there's not that many. It always feels like there should be lots, but there never is because they come and go real fast. See if there's any men. These are mostly yeah. We have this guy. He should be married. Let's find him. I think he would be most. They're like any choices of his own faith. He's 29-year-old. I don't know if she's he is. Yeah, that's fine. He can marry her. That makes sense. For it. So we won't be able to marry a knight in, of course, because as you saw, there were no women available. Let's marry off this treacherous bastard as well. We should marry him to a nasty old woman, but we're not cruel. We're not cruel like that. We could marry him off to a nasty young woman. We might be cruel. No, we wouldn't do that. We've already gone down the path of forgiving him. So this Occitan woman would be okay. This Catalan woman, our guest, would be okay. I mean, she's attractive, so you know, always good to keep the traits going. Yeah, I literally just started a war, and I'm marrying people off at the start of the war. It's because I'll forget to do it, okay? I'll forget to do it. So you as well, Shayaben. We do not have a lot of people of your faith is the thing, and that's okay. Maybe instead we actually do the faith directly. Not a single one. All right, well, I mean, he needs a wife, so if we can't find him a wife of his own faith, we'll take advantage of the fact you can cross-marry in this region and find him somebody acceptable who isn't of his faith. We don't need allies or anything for this. This is going to be a super fast dual war right here. It's just as simple as that. Super fast dual war. There we go. We're not even gonna try. We could try to do a proper split where we put like caballeros and then levies. Nah, that's too much work. Just do an even split game. Okay, do an even split game. Thank you. Would I lead one of these? So he's a 19. They say that being 19 is better than me at this point. It's equal to me at this point. All right, seems fine. Get out there and go. These commanders have actual traits, so that's good. One of these sieges is going to happen super fast, and one of these sieges is going to happen a little slower, but it's not going to be slow by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, we could have, I don't know, sometimes it's cheaper if you go to sea together and then you combine them afterwards. Is the Knight of Lavender. Get in there. He will not be participating in this war, though. And now we're just, for our new one, we're waiting for the cooldown on the button. It's saying we have even chances. That's not even close to true. They would have to do a miracle to push that bar all the way back, even with superior troops. Oh, wait a second. We just got an enemy banner. I will always keep it. Did we capture him? Oh, we captured him. So that just means money. Because we're not... We know we win this war, so we're not going to give that up. Now, looking at his banner, I might post his banner. I mean, it is honorable to post banners of the people you've defeated. We could also destroy it. But, I mean, we could return it to him for cash. We could ransom it, I should say. That's how I like to think about it when we destroy things, even though that is not what happens. Oh, I didn't even mention the most obvious thing ever, but I didn't mention it at all. We changed the Kingdom of Valencia's icon back to the Seawolf icon from our camp, because I thought that would be cute. And Valencia is this nice sort of sea blue-green color, and so we have our nice light blue color. It's great. No lucky captures in the north. Be nice if this whole war turned out profitable, though. And we could just zip through this. These sieges are inevitable because they can't raise troops because we're standing on the only baronies that they hold, the only holdings they have. So this is just the end. The visit. I am passing through Castellon, the capital of my spymaster, Count Raymond Berger. When I receive an invitation to visit his castle, as I arrive, he welcomes me with respect and a tour. One thing that strikes me is the place is full of unfinished projects. Sure, we'll help him out. Lively livestock. So this is a bonus to development, which isn't that useful if you're just running base development. Mind you, we have centralization now, so our capital's base development is... Whoops, that clicked right through. So our capital's base development is high enough with all the high percentages to be relevant. It's almost 1. So we could take the prosperous herd. We could bet on the better herd, 75% chance, or we just take the money. Over the long run, the money might be better, but I think we're going to help prosper with the herd. Sway the visit. I think I can help out in the dining hall. I can help with the books. Let's help with the gold. Good. Now we will help with the books. We've captured... Who is this? It's a doctor, it looks like. Well, we'll deal with that in a second. He won't ransom him. I mean, he doesn't even hold territory anymore, so that's the thing. And these guys will just disband because they're not needed for the other part. Things might not be going great, but so we didn't succeed at helping with the books. We'll finally help with the dining hall. Got 25%. Oh, game sighting. This is a fox hunt. Interesting. That did not go well. I'm so glad, my liege, that you decided to visit during this important time where all of my mayors and barons were coming to look over their new count. They seem to have gotten a very good impression of me. Now, Count Ramon, let's be fair. I may not have helped as much as I had hoped, but the situation can't be that much worse than it would have been if you had done it yourself, and sarcasm is not befitting of a count. Yes, my liege. Thank you so much for the help. Mine? We just ticked a successful, sway, otherwise that would have made things much worse. So, our daughter, wants to be lustful. You know, because we spent our whole life being lusty but restraining ourselves because of our relationship, I actually think we would say restrain yourself. That's no way for a lady to behave. Because peeking in on other people's sexual encounters is not dignified. Using the actual event text to guide our choice. Blanca, you know it's undignified and very unseemly to watch that kind of behavior in others. It's a private moment. Well, Father, you seem to be... Yes, Blanca, if you were going to speak your mind, speak it fully and truthfully. Well, you don't seem to be concerned about those things in yourself. That is unfair. That is unfair. I know who I am, and I have worked very hard to restrain my baser urges, and I recommend that you do the same. All right, Father, that seems reasonable enough, I suppose. Which means we have created a daughter who is both in agreement and opposed to us. We have a neutral. She's probably never going to be close to us because we disagree about things, and she'll probably think it's a little bit hypocritical, you know, a little hypocritical. Yeah, there we go. Force our demands. Disband all. The only thing we don't have is the territory held by Aragon, and there's really nothing we can do about that. We can buy this duchy title as well, which we probably will. As things stand now, they might be split evenly between my sons, so the duchy title will force them to go to whoever gets the duchy title. Oh, no, it's doing it right. I think that's because we have a partition, right? Well, no, we have a regular partition. We could do a high partition. Everyone would agree. It'd be good for the future. It doesn't affect the current thing at all, I don't think. Well, because he's been granted, right? Like, he doesn't need to inherit anything. He's been granted. If we do this to a high partition, if it takes away his duchy inheritance, no, it doesn't. Good. I would just give it to him now. If it took away the duchy inheritance, that should make things a little easier in the future. You know, preferring the eldest child, but not giving everything to them. Is this? He's very confident. He wants to make an icon. How much it will cost me? 50 gold for a competent icon. We could do that. We could do that. All right, that's fine. We profited off of this little warring endeavor. Now we hold these two, which together are technically weaker than Castellan's 3 duchies, but 3 baronies. But we can hold these, so we directly control both of them instead of directly controlling one in Castellan, which is on par, better, I would say. Or I should say, realistically, the same. We would have to give something away anyway if we hadn't, once we conquered those. My beneficiary, okay, so he wants me to do a dedication to my beloved wife in memory of Hupple. Hupple died? Oh, Hupple died of old age. You didn't even tell me. I think we might actually do this in memory of our brother. We had a good relation, I think, with him, and it went pretty well over the years, where there had originally been some fear that there might be infighting, especially with that siege thing right at the start. Now, I did tell someone in the comments that we would look at Russia, so let's go up the line till we get to old Count Yame, and then we will go to his dead son Attila, and Attila is Count Ikov. Now, he's on the edge of Hungary. He's now part of this kingdom, which is Galicia Valea. I don't know how to pronounce that. And I didn't pre-do this, so I have no idea. I didn't know it was even there. Ruthenia is basically shattered, but it's in good shape for recovery. The problem is it's been shattered by an external force. We have Cuman, Muslim Cumans, all in here now from Moldavia, who seem to have likely Moldavia pierced through the center in a war, and then these guys became independent. The loss of Kyiv is treacherous, is sad. That almost makes me want to deliberately, assuming that they survive, because the hardest part is that these guys don't survive, that makes me almost want to deliberately choose Ikov's family for the third season, just because it could be fun to try to retake Kyiv. That's a thought for the future. I will, of course, take suggestions on it. Wouldn't be the next heir, though, right? He'd still have to survive another generation, because we are playing on, as I stated in last episode's plan, we're playing on as Demetrius II, because this season has not reached 10 episodes. It would be wild if our poor health 60-year-old old Wenhenden the Good lived. I mean, this has got to be episode 6, right? So, yeah, 4 more episodes. It's highly unlikely. He may not even live through this episode, to be fair. But we now have control of these. Do we have a seneschal? Because the seneschal would be very useful right now. I think we do. Yeah, we do. If we look at their control growth here, they're getting Serve the Crown, Seneschal, base value, and a little bit of growth help. They're pretty good, actually. This one's not as good, but this one has Murex fisheries, so it should grow good. And this one's a little behind the times. And we will not challenge the King of Aragon, not only because he is our ally, but also because that would be unjust. So our claims are strong. All these claims are pressed, so our son could easily do this if he has different feelings about it, but we're not doing it. It would be Mallorca, and then it would be the domains of our father, right? Or I should say Demetrius' namesake, his grandfather. Somebody suggested that we take the Kingdom of Cornwall, and it's been suggested several times. The reason I don't have a plan to do that is that there is no Kingdom of Cornwall. There is a Duchy of Cornwall at this point in the game, but the Kingdom of Cornwall requires a decision that requires you to be, I think, it requires you to be Cornish Breton, or if any of them still exist, Northumbrians, I think is who these people are. No, Cumbrians is who they are. From Cumberland, yeah. If there were still Cumbrians, they could do it, because they're also Brythonic, but obviously there's no Cumbrians left, because they're usually gone by this point in the game. I think they're actually gone at this start date. So yeah, it's an interesting idea, but we would have to become Cornish. I don't even know if there is any Cornish left, since this is now being held, of course, by a Norman, and I think they would probably have converted the culture. Oh no, it is still Cornish. It could be taken and converted to Cornish, or we could take part of Brittany and become Breton, but none of those things are they're too far off of our actual intent. They'll take us in a direction that will change things a lot. Now, mind you, if we were to randomize one of his children, I mean, the problem is, or his grandchildren, right? They might dream of going north and becoming Cornish. Something they could do. It would require some work, though. Yeah. Well, we were already working on this mainland county, so we're not going to switch over there right now. Prisoners can be ransomed. You are worth 10 gold. You are worth 10 gold. Now that your boss man is no longer a boss man, he doesn't decide whether or not you get paid to get out. You can pay for yourself now. He seems naturally inclined towards disliking me, and we have no commonality of characters, so we can't become friends, which is too bad. If he at least, enjoyed hunting, if he enjoyed a good hunt, we could become friends that way, but he just does not have the kind of mentality that we value in a man. It's just all there is to say. So this is where our siege weapons are, where our mangonels are. So we could put something here for that purpose, but I feel more likely our fourth building will be trade ports. I don't even think the only thing that would potentially affect them is blacksmiths, and I don't think it's really worth it. So we could build them a trade port, and we will build them a trade port. Good. Valencia's fourth building. This is where our horsemen are. Could be. Oh yeah, there's Sephardi. They don't get that. A dye distillery has been constructed. How long? Not 3 more years before we can hold court again. So his opinion of us has gone up again. That's good. Hopefully we can just push this and make up for the fact that we completely messed up his dinner party. Sorry, we thought we could do it. We should be maintaining our court grandeur. That must just be like an incidental fall, right? Yeah, we were temporarily above 5. That's why. We're making good money. What level is the one where you get your first trait? I think we're going to push to 5 to get the trait. I think we can afford that. 5 gold per month is fine for now. And it's going to keep going up because we are reinvesting, because this is a time of investment and reflection. This is a time of making our kingdom strong so that our sons will have an excellent inheritance. Irrigation. Did I not change you to, or did we not get to that? I don't think we got to that, did we? We'll take the small health boost and we'll work down to apostate, because I had intended to change you. Okay, I will design an aqueduct. We need a ditch and soil network. Yes, I do not have the money for designing an aqueduct right now. I'm sorry. It is a cool idea, but I just don't have the cash on hand, guy. So we'll have to do this the simpler way. Irrigation unforeseen difficulties. My irrigation project in Valencia is progressing, but with more difficulty than expected, according to my steward, Merle Velia. The ground is both twice as rocky and twice as porous as thought. Peasants will have to work twice as hard. We should take our time to get this right. There's always corners we can cut. No, we'll take our time to get this right. We'll just let it continue. Oop. We can ask our head of faith for gold, which we of course will, because it's good to have money to invest in the kingdom. But are you ready to do this yet? You're not ready to do this yet, so that's fine. A wife's touch. I spot my wife, Muniadana, chattering excitedly to Terentia, listing ideas and suggestions for his icon. My painter is barely concealing his contempt, clearly annoyed at my spouse's interference. Come on, darling, leave it to the expert. Let him do his work. I will use this wealth wisely. Want to see how wisely I use it? I will immediately reinvest it in my territory, making things better. We will get this trade port to level 3. That will cost all of it. It will be a worthy investment. We could have used that money to do a tour. Maybe we should. Maybe we should actually, before we turn that off, let's see if the tour is a viable option. I want to do a grand tour. I want to do it for Majesty. I'm gonna go to these places. This is fine. I don't have 3. You need 3. Oh, I just didn't select my, I just didn't select my other son. Okay, it's telling me this is gonna be too expensive, but let's see. 300. No, I don't think so. I don't think we would value a tour over development. Not right now. We could do something smaller scale to meet with our vassals, like a hunt or a feast. Makes more sense. Oh, I had prisoners still. I did that thing where I forgot they were prisoners and someone died. I did not mean for that prisoner to die. You can join up. Great. And he likes us too. It's nice when they like us. Increase county control task finished. Now we can get over and start doing the islands. Nice. Here we go. Probably should help my son though, because he's having a bit of problems getting his control under whack. The icon of St. George. All right, so we've got this icon. Nice. Let's put that up. I think we put that up in place of the war banner, which we've flown long enough, I would say. You know, I think the icon is a little bit more suitable than the war banner. We will, as I said before, we will ransom it back to them at this point. I'm like, yeah, we showed it for a bit, now you can have it back. I mean, you don't own anything anymore, so that's a thing, but you can remember the time when you were a more important man, right? Stagnant progress. My liege, the irrigation project in Valencia is running behind schedule. Replace the taskmasters and give them new whips. However, many workers are needed. Let's pay for it, yeah. We have the money, so I want this project to succeed, and we are generous, so more workers is better. That is our opinion about this situation. Pay more workers, it's fine. We've got the money. My nephew has been to one of the Bosnids in Nice, has been imprisoned. Huh, well, you hear interesting news all the time, don't you? I like the fact the islands project our knowledge of the world a little bit further out. We can now see ships coming and going and control our little water space, right? That's good. Port grandeur has now increased to 5, which makes people qualified for the trait. And we can hold it at 5, which means that people will likely get it. Bringing life. I am present on the day that the levees will be brought down to bring water into the new network of ditches in the county of Valencia. Even decades from now, we will reap the rewards of this. Irrigation ditches. Stewardship perk. All right. So we could take Taxman. We would take Golden Obligation. Meritocracy would be silly. I don't think we would use Golden Obligation very much because demanding payments is kind of against a generous and gregarious personality. So we would Taxman, I think, is the only real choice. Even though we're currently not doing taxes, currently trying to push this up. This is unlikely to happen in our lifetime unless we get a good event. I mean, there's not very many events we can get for this culture because we have nobody who rules. We don't even have a mayor to bring ideas forward, which is a little bit annoying. If we had a big pile of money, there was a way we could fix that, which would be we could make a city and put a Sephardi mayor in charge of it, but this will have to do. I do wonder what Demetrius's idea of the future will be. Oh, mind and body. I think we'll take journaling. Not only do I think it suits us better, but also it's being introduced to us by our friend, and going for a run is only a 50% chance of success. So let's do journaling. How is our stress? We could just journal right now, but there's not really a lot of reason to write our thoughts down right now. Our stress isn't that bad, and we want our full attention on the work at hand, right? That work being making good money. Oliva. All right. This is Garcia, my knight, married to my daughter's child, and he's gonna go out there and make a name for himself. Your child was born a girl, violent, nice. Your son is looking like his grandmother, which is fine and all, but it's very distinctly so. Definitely has the red-haired Aragon look. Let's take pedagogy, just because we're trying to get down to apostate, not because we're gonna ever use it. Although we're actually warding some children right now, right? Our youngest daughter and I think, a granddaughter? Yeah, you can do diplomacy, so you should. We built our small harbor. There we go. Seek our worthy successor. This is probably the last time we're gonna spin the circle on this new count, because we don't want to take too much stress, right? Stress down, fail sways, bad thing. I think she's gonna do okay. I'm hoping so. She may do poorly. Oh, there's the infirm. There's the infirm. We've lost the ability to hold one location because we're now infirm. The easiest way to deal with that is simply tell our son that we can't manage things as well as we could before and grant that to him. That's okay. Let's restation our guys to the island. I think Murex refinery and then trade port here would be the best. We're not making as much money as we were before. So, what is this? Negotiate an alliance. So you do want an alliance after all, but on your terms, not on mine. That's fine. That is fine. My nephew. Sure. I don't think we're going to be doing much more warring though. So there's definitely that. I don't think we need to offer a Maghreb. Oh, maybe we do. They got big again. Look at them. They got big again. Do we want to offer them a hostage? Yeah, if we did, I think the most sensible would be Anna. This is the girl that, wait, no, this is the girl that she abandoned. The one she just left in our court. Yeah, you can do that. It will seem to do fine for your sister, right? She seems to be doing fine. Getting these hostages out, just making sure, oh yeah, we lost stress there. We're done with this. This is enough. 50 is enough. 50 is enough. Yeah, it's kind of stressful, you know. We don't like it when people don't show appreciation for us. It's not our favorite thing. These, hopefully these ward relationships will keep the tensions down between us and our neighbors, because we're not really ready to go to war. I think we probably would do fine, but we're still not ready to go to war. Accolade successor has been found. Ooh, he's got one eye. A one-eyed blade master. Wow, sir, you are a good knight. You are a very, very good knight. We'll pardon our physician. Wait, actually, we should figure out if he did something that we care about. Wait, what did he do? We have to look at putting him in prison, because that's where it shows. You attempted to kill a family member. No, we're not gonna pardon you. We're just gonna not do anything about it. You've been a good doctor, and you haven't tried to murder any of my family members that I'm aware of. So, yeah, you just... My son wants to make a deal out of that. He can make a deal out of that. He literally died right after that alliance. He made the alliance and then he died. Just right away. Right away. So we are going from compromise back into opportunity, and we have died. That was actually somewhat surprising. King Wenhenden of València rests in the arms of the Lord at 62 years of age. He died of old age. Known for his twisted, conniving mind, he never revealed his true intentions to anybody, not even his closest friends. Yeah, that's that education thing. It has nothing to do with who he actually is. King Demetrius ascends to the throne, unable to tell a lie. Many fear that his bluntness may not fit the delicate intricacies of politics. All right. So we don't want to do a full episode, like too long with King Demetrius, but we do have time left in this recording. So we'll do the basic stabilizing of the realm stuff. He can hold one less location than his, well, no, he can hold the same number of locations as his father did. If we get his wife to manage domain, it's not quite enough. How close not quite enough is that? Oh, she was giving him more than one already. It's still one away, right? It'd be 12. I don't think we can find a way to 12. Take this off. Put the bear claw on, I think. Yeah, that's all fine. We have this brilliant gemstone, which is new to him, but we've had for the whole time. I like his color. I like his color choices. What a blue and black boy he is. Look at him with his color choices. He knows he's beautiful. He knows. And his wife, too. Look at them. Okay. For the council, it'll probably end up being much the same as it was before. You will be our spy master, but you like us less than you liked our father. Are we a demander of conversions? No, I think... that's a hard decision. Maybe going forward, but not with the friends of our father. We accept, we honor our father's decision to let these men maintain their current religious faith. That is how we're going to interpret that. This guy is a very important person to sway. So hopefully we can get him out of disliking us. Our chancellor should be the mayor. The same. Oh no, he should be the steward. Yes. Then our chancellor. I suppose there's not really anyone good We're gonna have to work on all of our mayors. We can put this knight and bodyguard up. He's my father's bodyguard. He's my bodyguard now. I think so, but that means we're gonna have to work on our relationships with everybody else. Hey bro, you can't steal my things, okay? That's important to know. No stealing my things. We will solidify relationships with them in time. I think our relationships will just get better in time anyway. Let's have you do, yeah, stay on internal, continue to do the control tasks. The bishop likes us fine. That's good. Our education is diplomacy. We've worked most of the way down August. I think that's good. We might do patriarch as well, or we could switch over and do a bit of stewardship. Alternatively, we could do some martial, because he does have a bit of a martial bent, even though he's not good at it. I think so. Of these, then, let's take the fertility, because one son is not enough, and our wife is still quite young. This is our first. After this is gotten, after we got this relationship stabilized, we'll probably see if we can seduce our wife. Seems fine. We are not strictly incompatible with our wife, but our relationship and our children is a connection that we share. And we cannot befriend her, but we can seduce her and maybe even become lovers with her if that's how it feels like it plays out. We can ransom this guy, and we will. We can create the Duchy of Mallorca. Let's see. This is Baron Wenhenden. This is our brother. No, this is not our brother. This is our brother's son, who he made a baron. And this is King Sancho. If we make an alliance with King Sancho, we lose opportunities, right? Okay. I think we're going to leave those alliances for now. Are we going to pardon the physician? I mean, if we're going to let him continue to do his job, it would be wrong to not pardon him, because people are going to question his ability to do the work, right? So I think we're going to pardon him pragmatically. Yeah, I know. I have no specifically negative relationship with my my brother, nor is it particularly great. Relationships for wards, I'm warding both of my own children. That's fine. Except that it isn't fine, and I think we find better educators for them, because we're not really good at educating for martial. So let's I guess we could get Berger to do it. This is the peasant leader who our father eventually forgave. He likes us a lot more than he liked our father. He may believe the legitimacy of our Catalan nature a little bit more, because we are born in the region. Finally, Sir Berenger, what? Finally a proper local noble rules over this region. You considered my father to be improper? I eventually accepted that he, at least by the power of his will and the strength of his arms, was strong enough to hold this territory. But no, he was an outsider, like your grandfather was. Then how am I different? I am my father's son. Yes, my lord, but you are also your mother's son, and your mother is the daughter of the King of Aragon. Well, whatever it is that's made you stop whining is good enough for me. Our sister needs a guardian who's not my father, because he's dead. I don't think there's much time left, but I think no, that's fine. Okay, and for our daughter, she does not have an education type yet. We're not going to force it on her, but we will continue to educate her until we know. Our positions here: court physician, caravan master, all these positions are fine. None of these people hate us. Seneschal, it's our aunt, right? Oh no, it's my sister. Right, yeah, it was his daughter who's the seneschal. Tudor still likes us. This is her son. I have prisoners. I don't even know why I would have prisoners. What war was I involved in? Probably some kind of war. We can maybe check our memories and find out. Inherited the Kingdom of València from our father. Yes, my father Wenhenden died of old age. My father Wenhenden became a singer. Well, this must be because he died, right? I don't know why these have flagged, because there's no way those things are true. I was granted the county of Alicante by King Wenhenden. Yeah, it looks like it was just a rebellion. Couple died. I became friends with King Wenhenden of Valencia. That was quite a while ago. Well, not that long ago. My uncle Sancho died of old age. I think the fact that we have direct lineage to the King of Aragon probably helps a little bit with our perceived legitimacy. What is our legitimacy right now? It is enough, but not much enough. We need it to be better. How is the culture doing? We are very bad at this. These things should be matched. Otherwise, we have no chance of getting anything ever. Anything else that we would do? Oh, generous liege. Yeah. Somebody robbed the treasury. I don't know who. We have any unusual decisions? Develop capital. We are full stress right now. We could commission our epic. Feels a little young to do that though. We're barely getting started. We're only 35. Develop capital though, I think might be a good idea. It's not in the same condition it was before because of course our father was giving it his centralization. What does develop capital do now? It gives it diligent planning, right? It's 0.2. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do we have any traits? We have no guiding traits on what we would do. So I think maybe unlike our father, we're probably not a hunter. I think we're going to be doing a feast instead. Confirm. Down here is our best feasting location. Feasts have suddenly become stupendously expensive, but I think that's a little bit just how it works, right? Who will our honorary guest be? I think our brother. Our brother is a very different man than us. We could also have the Count be our honorary guest. Yes. And then I would like to befriend my brother. So we're going to set this, but if we find out after we start on the feast that this is not valid, we will turn it off. So we have no traits in common. No, because the only trait from our father he took is lustful. So that is not actually a valid befriend. Okay, so we cannot befriend our brother. Well, who else might we befriend? We have anything in common with? Nope, not at all. Our mother? She's gregarious. Our father's friend Philippa? We can't because I think we're honest. Yep. It's a little harder for us to find friends than it was for our father. That's for sure. A lot of his friends were because he was lustful. I wonder if we know anybody who's diligent. We could befriend our mother. We may simply not be able to do a befriend here because there's not that many people who actually... My bodyguard. We actually don't have a lot of traits in common with these people, which is very interesting because it means that we probably shouldn't... Our seneschal, our sister. Yeah, okay, let's go. I can't wait. This little feast is going to be the very last thing for this session. This should be easy for us because he never got to Illustrious, did he? Even if he did get to Illustrious, we can easily catch Illustrious. One day I will be like you, Wenhenden. So let's look at this. Shadow of Fame Twilight. Yeah, let's do it. We have a lovely time ahead of us. So we're going to have a harder time making friends, that's for sure. Ransom accepted. We can ask our head of faith for gold, which we will. Pays for our unbelievably expensive feast. So we don't have to feel like we're ripping the kingdom off by having a party. Or we could just have another party. That's not who we are. All right. Nice little feast time. What is this? We could hold court, but we would do that next episode. We'll just speed through that a little bit. So we're just waiting for the feast events. Okay, the guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. I have been craving for an occasion like this. Welcome, friends. It has taken much of the evening to get myself close to Celia without making it feel forced. After all, the best friends are natural. I want her to think this is spontaneous. What is she actually complaining about? The food is too heavy. Let's agree. Would you like to talk more so we're closer to becoming friends? All right. I did everything I could to ensure that Laura and Queen Morvana would be far from each other. Who is this woman? Some random courtier. I'm not going to tell my wife to calm off because some commoner's being annoying. Yeah? You're just some... you're the wife of my marshal. No, we can talk about this later. This is not good for public affairs. What? Oh, so she is telling a story about our knights. We can gain 100 glory for one of our knights. Okay. We've just gained a perk here. I will take Dignitas because of course I will. And so of our two... So this is the long-standing Knights of Lavender, right? This is the one that's been around for a long time. They're already quite lauded. The extra prestige won't do as much for them as it will for the new bearer of the King's Swords. So we will support our new knights simply because they have less glory and they could use it. In a drunken stumble, Jocelyn unlatched an enormous cauldron bringing... Oh, it's a huge mess. Well, I mean, what can I do? Somebody spilled the stew. Now a toast to Count Raymond Berger. Yes, we will, of course, toast him. That's why we brought him here. We should do this more often. And with that, this is done. So we did not gain the Eager Reveler trait, but we did have a good time overall. So let's head back. You know what? I think we will continue to focus on feasts. I think we like feasts. They seem to suit us. Gain some learning lifestyle, which is good. And yeah, next time we're gonna have to decide if we're gonna hold one of these hard or if we're going to give one of these islands away. I'd really rather try to hold it. I think that's what we will end up doing. We'll try to hold it. Our sister came of age. Oh, father did good by her, I guess. You know, he did pretty good by her. Oh, she's diligent. She's a great candidate to become friends with. I think we're going to become friends with our youngest sister, Blanca. That's going to be a goal of ours. He likes us 53% now. We don't need to do that anymore. We're not going to make becoming Blanca's friend a goal. We're going to make it a thing we do right now. She is chaste, but that's okay. Unlike our father, we don't care about that. So let's become friends with her. I think that's a great idea. We can also then become friends with our other sister, Celia, who we were working on. I think that's good. Because we do need, as a gregarious man, we do need a circle of friends who agree with our points of view. And maybe there's a war with Aragon in our future. Maybe. It's a very close war, but we've got some pretty compelling claims. Unlike our father, we don't have an alliance. All right, thank you for watching, and I hope you join us in the next one. Goodbye for now.